Coming to you live from the MediaPlex in downtown Windsor. This is a presentation of St. Clair College Journalism.
Good evening. I'm Denise Palaccia, and you're watching MediaPlex News Now. The 2016 federal budget is now public. The Liberals' economic plan includes entering into a projected $30 billion deficit this year. The federal debt is expected to grow by $100 billion over the next 5 years. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau doesn't see the books being balanced by next election. At least 30 people are dead and around 200 injured following 3 bombings in Brussels, Belgium this morning. 2 explosions rocked the Zaventem airport and 1 tore through the subway station. It has been reported that ISIS has claimed responsibility. There are no reports of any Canadians being injured in the attacks. Now let's go outside to the corner of University in Victoria, where Danielle Gagne is standing by with our early weather forecast. Danielle?
Thanks, Denise. I'm here on the corner of University and Victoria, and it has gotten very cloudy and very windy. We were supposed to see only a high of 13 degrees today, but right now it is 15 degrees Celsius. We could see a low of 8 degrees happening throughout the night. I will be back later with our 3-day weather forecast. Back to you, Denise.
A restaurant known as the Downtown Staple is closing soon. Sean Preble tells us more.
After 2 decades in operation, Chinoso's is serving its last stir-fry March 26th. The restaurant started on Pitt Street before eventually moving to its current location on Willette Avenue. It's best known for its sushi, wine selection, and, most importantly, its stir-fry. Co-owner Seth Pereira says though he understands customers' disappointment, the restaurant still has to close.
We've decided to regroup and refocus, and unfortunately part of that is not functioning as Chinoso's on this side anymore.
Pereira adds the 20th anniversary is the right time to close.
So we figured, rather than stretch it out more, why don't we close on the, on a 20 years of good business here in downtown Windsor serving the community.
While the owners of Chinoso say it's time to move on, one thing's for sure, the people of Windsor are going to miss this downtown landmark.
For some like Jessica Slade, the closing of Chinoso's means a change to routine.
Now we have to go and find kind of somewhere else to go and start a new pattern in our outings.
A press release from Pereira says, "We are thrilled with the new and exciting concepts and endeavors to come at the building 255 Willette Ave," but he did not reveal what could replace Chinoso's. However, Mayor Drew Dilkins, a patron from the beginning, says he has confidence in what's to come.
Certainly difficult to watch an institution have to close down, but I'm sure they'll reinvigorate this space, come up with something new, and something else exciting for our downtown.
For MediaPlex News Now, I'm Sean Preble.
Reporter Ashley Ann Mentley is a world traveler who tells us about her trip to Mount Etna in Sicily.
Sicily, in Italy, is an area often known for pizza, cannolis, and the mafia. What the island often isn't recognized for, however, is having Europe's tallest active volcano. The coastline boasts sandy beaches and beautiful blue waters, but not far inland and nearly 11,000 feet above sea level is Mount Etna. The volcano, often referred to as a she, sits right on the border of the African and the Eurasian tectonic plates and is almost always in a state of constant activity. She erupted most recently just in December of 2015. While Mount Etna isn't always covered in snow, this March she's seen quite a bit of snowfall. The black lava stone can still be seen though, because it hasn't cooled yet. It's still warm enough to melt the snow and warm the hands of people who choose to travel up that high. That's because the stone takes up to 20 years to fully cool. In 2013, Mount Etna was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List for being of natural importance. Since then, construction is no longer permitted on the mountain, and it's easy to see why. Back at ocean level, between the cities of Messina and Catania, there's a booming agriculture industry. This is thanks to the minerals found in the soil carried down the mountain over years of volcanic eruptions. For MediaPlex News, I'm Ashley Ann Mentley.
In light of Flint's water crisis, Mark Brown tells us about Windsor's own water system.
Water, a necessity of life. A necessity that is hard to come by for people in Flint, Michigan, where a change in water sources has led to multiple problems. but one single source has always provided Windsor with its water needs. That source has been around for hundreds of thousands of years before there even was a Windsor, the Detroit River. The Detroit River is part of the St. Lawrence Seaway, the biggest system of fresh water in the world, and it's the primary source of water for the two motor cities.
We're very fortunate here that we have an abundant supply of good water.
Barbara Pierce Marshall is the Director of Corporate Communications for NWIN, water supplier for the city. She says unlike the water supply in Flint, lead occurrences in Windsor's water tend to be caused by home infrastructure.
Lead pipes in the house, brass fittings with lead content, that sort of thing, that are not part of our distribution system.
Windsor's distribution system is a network of pipes and mains that one way or another lead to one central plant, the Weeks Water Treatment Plant in Ford City. Here, water is drawn in from the river through pumps, treated, and fed through a filtration system that exceeds Ontario quality standards and has been named one of the best in the province. Trained technicians and chemists monitor the system constantly, but Marshall says residents will easily get answers to any questions.
If a resident has a concern of any type at any time, they can always call our call center. From there, it would be a question of talking to somebody knowledgeable inside the company who would be able to advise them about whether or not they may have a problem.
Water problems in Windsor are few and far between, and residents can rest easy knowing their water is safe. For MediaPlex News, I'm Mark Brown.
Windsor's Islamic High School held a fundraiser on Saturday. Rabiul Bipla reports.
Windsor Islamic High School had a fundraising event on last Saturday at Windsor Mosque. The chairman of the school board, Dr. Mohammad Musa, invited people of the community to contribute in the school fund to run their activities.
We're doing this fundraising for the Windsor Islamic High School. This is the first fundraising for the high school. Parent Council is organizing a ladies' night and a silent auction, and that will be helpful also to cover expenses.
Imam of the Windsor Mosque also spoke on the occasion.
And this is our future, and we should take care of that.
The school principal, Fayaz Ahmed, said their ministry certified and the school is running with the help of the community.
To see whether the school is really to be approved or not, there are some criteria. The minimum students requirement was there complete, 11 students were there. The teachers were highly qualified, all Ontario certified, and new admission for grade 11 start, and I hope inshallah that there will be a better number of students next year.
The principal said they want to add more facilities for the students. I am Rabiul Biplop for MediaPlex News.
Entrepreneurs in Windsor are getting some help. Rhiannon Lotz tells us more.
The Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator is helping entrepreneurs start their own business. The accelerator has seen dozens of businesses come to them for help, including WeTech Alliance, Divine Personnel, Knoxstrom Digital Media, and more. According to the Centre for Innovation Studies in Calgary, approximately 13% of working-age Canadians are involved in entrepreneurial activities. That puts Canada second in the world, right after the U.S., for the highest amount of entrepreneurs in the country. According to Sadiq Sheikh, project manager at the accelerator, the benefits to becoming an entrepreneur are huge.
So being an entrepreneur, not only get that autonomy, but you also get to work with every aspect of the business and hand off the parts that you don't like. So,
Precision Drafting is a business that started about a year ago through the help of various entrepreneurship programs. Jen Levitt is the owner. She had some advice for people wanting to start their own businesses.
Do it. Go for it. Don't wait for, the right time. Don't wait for, having the right amount of money. Don't wait for any of that. Just do it. Figure out a way to get it done now. Figure out a way to do it. Owning your own business is a lot of work. There's no question about it, but it's very rewarding.
According to a study conducted by the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, Alberta has the highest level of early-stage entrepreneurs, while Nova Scotia has the lowest. The study also showed that females make up 2/3 of all entrepreneurs in Canada, and the peak age range of most entrepreneurs is 45 to 64. For MediaPlex News, I'm Rhiannon Lotz.
Mark Brown sits down with Yvonne Pilon for this edition of 3 Minutes With.
Hi, I'm Mark Brown, and I'm very pleased to be spending 3 minutes with Yvonne Pilon. She is the president and CEO of WeTech Alliance and an instructor here in the journalism department at St. Clair College. Yvonne, for those that aren't familiar, could you please describe what We Tech Alliance does?
Sure. We Tech Alliance is one of 18 regional innovation centers in the province of Ontario, and really our mandate is to accelerate technology innovation-based companies and entrepreneurs. So if you have an idea in technology innovation or you have a business, we're here to really help your company go and create jobs in the region.
And what kind of a hand does We Tech Alliance have in bringing entrepreneurs to Windsor-Essex in particular?
We're really about the growth within the community. However, we work a lot with provincial entrepreneurs and also cross-border entrepreneurs. And really, Windsor has a lot of skills and assets that these entrepreneurs can tap into, whether it be stuff in the automotive industry. So although we'd love to encourage and attract as many entrepreneurs here, our core reason for existence is really building up within.
So basically, your this is your mission is to network with other similar alliances across the.
Sure. We're part of a network of entrepreneurs. So there's 17 other agencies like us across the province. So it really allows us to share best practices and really connect our entrepreneurs with expertise that may not be held here in Windsor. So for example, if we had a company in mining, we would likely connect them with one of our counterparts in the north.
So specifically here in Windsor-Essex, what kind of potential do you believe the area has?
We have a lot of potential. I always said if you put Windsor, all its amenities on a paper, but left the city line blank, you'd be surprised. People would say that's a pretty amazing city, right? With our cross-border location, we have access to a lot of the major sporting events. We have great wineries, craft beer. We have great food, amazing pizza. I think if you put that all down there, and I think to the people, so if you put it all on a page, I think people would be surprised at really how great this city is. And again, I think it has tremendous potential. And I think instead of Canada starts at starts at London, or Ontario starts at London, I think Canada starts in Windsor.
Okay, so this summer the Center for the Arts is hosting Windsor 180, that is described on the website as a forum of talent, tech, and community. So could you elaborate on what Windsor 180 is and how We Tech Alliance is involved?
Sure. So We Tech Alliance overtook a grant called Why Not Windsor Essex, which is about retaining our youth. And Windsor 180 was one of the projects that came out of it. So it's an annual conference geared towards millennials, so engaging those change makers and reimagining our city. So this is a conference that we'll hold in June at St. Clair for the Arts, and it'll be all about really reimagining our city, changing the conversation, engaging those positive young people to talk about how we can build a better city.
So a big two-day event coming up for this is for Windsor 180. This is at the St. Clair Center for the Arts. Very pleased to be spending 3 minutes with Yvonne Pilon. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for joining us.
No problem.
I'm Mark Brown for MediaPlex News.
Sean Prevost looks at the health and convenience of macro foods.
There's a new business people are sinking their teeth into. And after only 3 months, Chris James of Macro Foods says orders have increased at a surprising level.
The first week we started maybe a couple hundred orders. The second week then we started to get closer, 500 orders. Now we're upwards of hitting almost 2,000 meals a week.
James says it's all about convenience.
I sell a convenience. I give you health and easy eating to you.
Orders are taken online and delivered right to people's doors. The products focus on health, providing either a balanced meal or one that is carb or vegetable heavy. Sarah Ducharme says people are looking for healthy food that tastes good.
I think everybody's leaning towards eating healthy, and the health market is on a very, very huge rise.
The business currently makes their meals downtown in the Rockefeller Lounge and delivers Wednesdays and Sundays. So you've seen how Macro Foods makes their meals, but what do they taste like? I went into the newsroom and asked a couple of our journalists to give it a try.
Alrighty. This tastes like heaven. I like that.
I think I need to try a second piece.
I would buy this. I'm actually surprised it's healthy. It doesn't taste healthy.
James says if business continues the way it's going, they plan to move into their own store. For MediaPlex News Now, I'm Sean Prevost.
Last week, we celebrated International Women's Day. We sent reporter Noreen Ahmed to cover a local celebration.
Women's Enterprise Skills Training of Windsor celebrated its annual International Women's Day Gala at St. Clair College Center for the Arts. The event highlighted the accomplishments achieved by women in the past, present, and future. West has been providing training to visible minority and immigrant women who are trying to reach their employment goals. This year's theme was Accelerate Gender Parity and was attended by over 400 guests. Rose Angiano Hurst, who is an executive director of West, said she is grateful to all its past participants, local employers, and other supporters that have demonstrated a belief in the West mission.
My message for women is that you can pursue your dreams. If you think it, work towards it, you can make it happen.
Mona Stonefish, a community elder, in her speech said how West has been working to improve the employability of visible minority women in Windsor and Essex County. Anna Walls, a past participant of West, urged everyone to come forward and support West.
I feel that they should continue to sponsor West in any way they can, in donations and in kind and in other service.
All proceeds will assist West programs and services in providing training to women in Windsor and Essex County. This is Noreen Ahmed from MediaPlex News Now.
Now let's head back outside where Danielle has our extended weather forecast. Danielle?
Thanks, Denise. Did you know that Easter occurs on the first Sunday after the first full moon in spring, which is tomorrow? That's why Easter is so early this year. Hopefully this weekend's weather warms up for those who are planning to do outdoor Easter activities. Now let's go to our 3-day weather forecast. Wednesday we'll see a high of 8 degrees Celsius and a low of 3 degrees, accompanied with some rain. Light rain will continue into Thursday, where we'll see a high of 9 degrees with a low of -2. Good Friday we'll see a high of 4 degrees and a low of -2, making it the coldest day of the week. Reporting from the corner of University and Victoria, I'm Danielle Gagne, and that's all for weather. Back to you, Denise.
Thanks, Danielle. Shelby Hernandez takes a look at how students are suffering from mental illness.
Teachers are trained to be educators, but oftentimes they find themselves playing the role of mom, dad, social worker, counselor.
Teachers and guidance counselors work hard to encourage school involvement and eliminating bullying, but staff are limited in how much they can help, especially with more severe mental health issues. Public Relations Officer for the Greater Essex County District School Board, Scott Scantlebury, says that there are mental health nurses and psychologists available for students who need some help. However, they only provide help for short-term mental health issues, and some are only available on an on-call basis. That is why Scantlebury says it is often up to teachers and guidance counselors to identify when they think they see a larger mental health problem. Teresa Piskovic at W.F. Herman Secondary School says staff always communicate with each other about the issues they may see. But the more important part is to know what role each person plays.
We have to be realistic about where our backgrounds and our expertise is, and be able to recognize when it's something that does really need something more than what could be provided by, a guidance counselor or a child and youth worker or someone in-house.
Scantlebury says mental illness in schools has definitely increased and more resources are needed.
It's got to be a cooperative effort, not just with the public sector in health and education, but the private sector as well.
According to Scantlebury, the Ministry of Education is hosting a mental health summit in April. He says the Greater Essex County District School Board will definitely be putting a team together to attend. For MediaPlex News, I'm Shelby Hernandez.
Alex Latrimley sits down with Amanda Orr for this edition of 3 Minutes With.
Hi, I'm Alex Latrimley, and here with me is Amanda Orr, one of the coordinators for the Windsor-Walkerville Fringe Fest. So Amanda, for those who don't know, could you please describe what Fringe is all about?
Well, Fringe is an interesting festival. It's really about the arts and the artists. So in Fringe, you get a chance to have artists performing anything, really. I mean, you've got everything from theater to comedy to music to drama, and it's really a chance for artists to get out and show a little piece of their work or the whole work. A lot of Fringe festivals have been where artists have gone to try something out before taking it into a bigger show or while they're still in the process of developing it. So it's all about the artists, it's all about the arts, and it's a great opportunity for people to connect with artists in the community.
That's wonderful. Now, I understand that you and your team have been working on putting it together since November. How has that process been, and where are you now?
Well, it's been a very interesting process. We got our confirmation into the Canadian Association of Fringe Festivals a little late, but we're still gonna get on for May. But the process has been going well, and we're just right now working on putting a schedule together for the show, finalizing when all of our artists will perform, and getting those last minute details so that we can launch it to the public starting in April to buy tickets.
And just to clarify, when will it be held again?
Fringe will take place from May 6th through the 15th.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, how can people get involved? Perhaps any aspiring artists who weren't aware that this was happening?
If there are artists who are still interested, they can give us a call, send us an email. If you go to our website, WindsorWalkervilleFringeFest.com, they can shoot us a quick email or Facebook message. We can't guarantee anything at this point, obviously. Unfortunately, applications are closed, but if somebody missed out on the boat, we can definitely see what we could do.
And are you still looking for volunteers in terms of putting it together?
Oh, we're definitely still looking for volunteers, yeah. Again, if you want to shoot us a quick email or Facebook message, we're happy to take volunteers. We'll be putting a call out on our Facebook page and website probably in the next week or so asking for volunteers. So any high school students out there, anyone who just wants to be involved with their community and the arts in the community, it's a great opportunity.
Yes. Now, I also understand that Fringe is not something that's just specific to Windsor. It's something all across Canada.
Yeah, that's correct. It's all across Canada, U.S., and even in Europe. It actually started, Edinburgh has a huge Fringe festival. But Canada is big into Fringe. That's why the Canadian Association of Fringe Festivals actually includes several large Fringe festivals in the U.S., so very interesting.
Now, do you generally have anything else to add about Fringe?
Just to come out, check it out, support the artists. The artists do receive 100% of the door for their show. So when you come out to see a Fringe performance, your entire ticket purchase pays for that or goes to that artist. So it's really a great way for artists to not only get their work out there, be seen, we support them with advertising and that sort of thing, but for them to also make some money on their artistic endeavors.
Well, I'm just definitely looking forward to this. Now, I'm afraid that's all the time we have. I'm Alex Latrimwe, and we just spent 3 minutes with Amanda Orr.
Anthony Sheardown tells us about Walkerville's Sentimental Speaking Roses flower shop.
A new business has opened up in the heart of Walkerville last month. Speaking Roses is a floral shop where you can get customizable wording and photos stamped on the flowers. Owner Omar Nizam has been working on it since 2014.
At first it was just going to be a little flower shop, but I was taking PR and I just kept getting more ideas, and I turned it into what it is, and it's a big idea shop pretty much. We stamp on flowers. We can pretty much put anything from words to an image of a person on the flower. We do laser engraving, soon 3D printing. We also stamp on other things I haven't released yet.
Nizam wants to use some of his shop space to open an event planning lounge for young entrepreneurs.
Well, what I would really like is to give younger people the opportunity to use this place as a meeting spot for them, because a lot of young people don't have an office or anywhere where they can meet clients, and people, especially from my program, they want to become event planners. They can simply register with us so they can book a time slot when they have an appointment. They can come over here and use our lounge, and hopefully I can help other young people do something.
Yvonne Pilon, president at We Tech Alliance in Windsor, says she is passionate about young entrepreneurship and says that new businesses like this are great for our community.
So if right off the bat, when you think of new business, you think of job creation. So whether it be an innovative business or just a new business that's just a mom and pop shop, any new jobs create any new businesses create new jobs. And I think too, the more we have these innovative businesses here, the more choices we have from a consumer base. And as you know, to be competitive, you need to be innovative. So it's great to see these new, innovative, really cool companies come here to Windsor.
Nizam is looking forward to the new things to come with his business, and primarily to help young and new business owners and entrepreneurs.
Cassie Malinowski takes a look at Windsor's 7th Modeling Photography Workshop.
From what started as a small photography workshop has expanded to a popular event across the Windsor area.
Today's event is the 7th Windsor Modeling Photography Workshop, and it's so amazing right now. I think we have like probably 80 people out right now, and it's so funny thinking that a few months ago there was only 10 people that came out, so today's a huge success.
For many local photographers, the event has created more opportunities to improve their craft.
It's given me a chance to network and set up like potential shoots for the future. So it's helped build my portfolio and meet some awesome people along the way.
For models in the Windsor-Essex area, this event has become a major staple in their careers.
I definitely use it for my portfolio, as well as profile pictures, that sort of thing.
Joey Acott has high hopes for the future of the workshop.
The next one will be next month. I have no idea where it's going to be, but I have some ideas for some locations. I can't wait to have more outside, maybe in a farm or a barn. In May, we're going to try and do an art show at Fog, and so I've got some space booked there. We're going to have people print their pictures and put them up. I might even do a fashion show. I want to do more big things. I want to keep every workshop different and a lot of fun.
For MediaPlex News, I'm Cassandra Malinowski.
It was a Great Lakes Junior C showdown. Christian Bouchard has the story.
It was a crosstown rivalry between Amherstburg and Essex, a battle of twins on opposing teams. But more importantly, it was a rematch of last year's Great Lakes Junior C Hockey League Championships. In a series that would go back and forth, the Integrity Amherstburg Admirals were able to force a 7th and final game. Admirals assistant coach Mike Saligny said the playoffs are a completely different environment, but with the love and support the team received from their fans, they were capable of stepping up in big moments.
It certainly gives us an edge, allows our players to feed off of that and draw momentum in moments where we certainly might need it.
Amherstburg goaltender Connor Meyernick kept his team in nail-biting games all series long. Despite the intensity and no mistakes allowed mentality, he said it's exactly that, what he lives for.
Just play to have fun. That's all I do. I come out here to have fun, and in times like this is fun for me. I like a challenge. I like when it's intense like this, and I really enjoy myself during these games. It's really a good time.
The series would turn following Game 3 when it was announced league MVP and Essex 73's goaltender Trevor Wheaton was handed a 4-game suspension. Essex backup Matt Bedore would eventually take over the reins for the suspended Wheaton.
I was playing a lot. I'm an older guy, so they kind of gave me the ball to roll with it, but he came in, stood on his head. Kid won it for us. He's a great goalie, and I couldn't be more proud to have him as my goalie partner.
In the end, Amherstburg's relentless effort to tie the game with only a few seconds left in the game would not be enough. The 73s would go on to win 5-4 and capture their 5th consecutive league title and 20th in franchise history. For MediaPlex News, I'm Christian Bouchard.
And finally tonight, if you would like to check out what we do here at the MediaPlex, then join us for our open house on Saturday, April 2nd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Meet students and faculty, tour our campuses, confirm your registration, and win prizes. Hope to see you there. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Denise Palaccia, and you've been watching MediaPlex News Now.
MediaPlex News Now is a production of the St. Clair College Journalism Program.